Keep it real about how I feel. I know this love ain't real, but I want you.
Yo, what's going on, man? This is Will Williams. Welcome to another episode of Keep It Real Podcast with Will Williams. If you want to know why the setup look a little different, I was actually in the process of finishing up a project that I'm working on. I don't know if I'm going to drop the name eventually, but it's just something that... Anyway, so a lot of y'all know about the podcast that I be doing. I don't drop it when like certain events happening, like something big happens, somebody go to jail, some event in the government happen, you know what I'm saying? I'm not wanting to jump on and make a video that day. But when this podcast comes out, it's probably like a week or two after, whatever. Like the whole food stamp situation, you know what I'm saying? Government shut down everything. People ain't got, you see it all over the news with, food stamps and everything. But, I'm going to say something that probably a lot of people feel the same way or scared to say whatever. But, it don't bother me. We keep it real on this podcast. We're going to say it was real. First, I'd like to say shame on all these churches, these celebrities, these influencers, which is not really a thing, but we can get into that later. These restaurants, the news, everybody, they coming up with these food pantries. Shame on all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not against helping people when they need help. When it comes to food stamps and government assistance, because we're gonna get into that too a little bit. But it's more like what the people that was feeling that, hey, they potentially could go a long time without having food for their family, or the people that's on Section 8, housing subsidies, or whether you get reduced, rent or they pay it full, whatever. The fear that, you was going to lose all of that. Like, that's what homeless people go through every day. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to their life. And it's crazy because now they say the government, shut down over, the food stamps coming back and all this other stuff. I guarantee you ain't no influencers, no artists, no movie stars gonna be raising no money, donating money to certain cities or charities for the homeless. These influencers ain't gonna be out there making videos about feed the homeless, and it ain't gonna be a bunch of churches, trying to give away food and everything. And it's crazy because Jesus said in the Bible, I'm amongst you, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm amongst you temporarily, but the poor will always be amongst you. Basically saying, when you lend to the poor, you lend to the Lord, but people don't see it like that. So, excuse me. So I'm thankful that at a young age, my parents used to, well, they still do. It's a place in St. Louis called New Life Evangelistic Center. It's basically like a homeless shelter. It's based in St. Louis, but I think they trying to go all around the world to help people. It's a non-for-profit, but it's not government non-for-profit, meaning that if you get government assistance from your non-profit organization, certain rules that you got to do and certain things you can't do. You know what I'm saying? I guess some of the things that they wanted to do, the government, they wouldn't let them do it. So they didn't have any funding from nobody else. So it's literally raising money and everything. So anyway, my parents used to... back up sandwiches and clothes and everything just before Goodwills and everything got popular like it is, witnessing to them, telling them about God and everything. And that really touched me as a little kid. And I said, man, when I get some money, man, I'm going to donate to them, this and that. So that's why now, Disciples Music Group, Will Williams, we partner with New Life Evangelistic Center. And if you want to know more about it, I'll drop all that links and everything in the description. About it and everything. Not trying to get y'all to donate and sign up, I'm just saying. But yeah, it's like once everything come back, people don't care about the homeless, man. I'm like, that's on y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna call it out, you know what I'm saying? So about the whole, so I've worked with people that got $1,200, $1,300, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in food stamps each month, and it's because they got maybe 2, 3, 4 kids, whatever, and they baby daddy ain't there, whatever. But it's some people that take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand in a sense what the government's saying. You can't just, you know, you gotta really see who qualified for it, because it's so easy to lie. And you know, I can tell y'all a situation. So there was a lady that I worked with. She had 2 kids by this guy, and every time she took pictures, he was never in the picture. You know what I'm saying? But she was running her mouth to the wrong person, and it kind of told her business that she was on Section 8 and food stamps and government assistance. But you know what I'm saying? She drove up to work one day in a little nice, I forget what car. I think it was a Jeep. I don't know which one it was, but it was brand new at the time. Nice, nice. You know, Jeep Wranglers is, you know, expensive. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, how could she afford that and still be on? You know what I'm saying? Ran her mouth again, and come to find out, she her baby daddy was paying all the bills, but she made it seem like he wasn't in the household to be like, yo, I need help with these kids. So she getting all help from, you know, basically cheating the system. So I think that's what a lot of people was doing in this situation. And a lot of people look at it as, oh, the president and the government, they don't care about us and this and that. Sometimes God allows things happen to wake you up. Because, you know what I'm saying, if you don't need it, you know what I'm saying, don't be too reliant on it and be lazy. Because a little history on government assistance, you know, whether that's food stamps, welfare, Section 8, whatever else come with that. It was made originally to help people, you know what I'm saying? And then it got switched to keeping the black men out the house. Then it got switched again back to helping people. But it seemed like the majority of people that's on these government assistance, they lazy, they want to, well, okay, I can't say majority of people lazy. Some people, you know what I'm saying, it's there to help you. You're not supposed to stay on it. You know, once upon a time I was on food stamps, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't get nothing, maybe like $200-$300, whatever. But I'm not on it no more because I don't qualify. You're supposed to allow that. Like, for example, if you, like, yo, I spend $500 a month on food, and if I ain't spend that $500, I can save it to give me a car or give me a place to move, whatever. Then that $500 you was getting each month in food stamps, you're supposed to be able to save the money that you don't have to spend on food stamps and elevate and get you a car. You know, that's what it's supposed to be, but people just got so comfortable, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You can sit there and be like, man, you know what I'm saying, if I ain't got to work and I can get the, I get it. But sometimes, man, you can't try to take advantage of things, because it's all going to come back. You know, what's in the dark going to come to the light. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't talking down on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect. I ain't trying to make it seem like, you know, oh, because I don't qualify no more, I'm better than you. No, man, you know, I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, God, it places us and he meets us where we are, and we're supposed to be able to elevate to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. About what I said earlier about the influences, like, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's just people are afraid to be themselves, so they want to fit in trends. You know, I used to date this, well, I guess I used to date the girl, but anyway, she wanted to fit in with everything, man. And the reason why we broke up, because, you know what I'm saying, she used to, so when I met her, she already had photos and stuff online on Instagram. So she used to be in Victoria's Secret taking pictures of her body and this and that. I can't speak on that before, but I was like, you know, I feel uncomfortable, but it is what it is. She had took a picture of her license when she had got her license, got an address and everything on there. I'm like, yo, if we together, I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get somebody hurt because they think they can do this to you or say this or show up, pop up, and I gotta do something to them. But I said, you know, she ain't get at the time, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, she always wanted to fit in. And like I said, the reason why we broke up is because my insecurities from my previous relationship, and she was I had made a you know, you make like a fake page or something. What's it called? I don't know if it's called catfishing. You know, just I was fake pitching everything. I was like, hey, what's up? I want to talk to you, but you know, I don't know if you got a man, whatever. She's like, no, I'm single. This and that. Anyway, make a long story short, she didn't want to be committed to one person, and she just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, fit in and be cool and be popular. Man, I used to be like that too now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wear certain shoes and I feel some type of way. Man, I got FUBU shoes. I got AND1s. I got stuff from Walmart. I got stuff from Goodwill. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't about what you rocking. It's like how you rock it. So at this point, man, I don't care who I got to impress. You feel me? If God proud with me, if I make God smile, then I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that was just something that was on my heart, man. So I said, you know, let me record this for I, you know, hit up in the booth and start, you know, recording. One more episode left. I think this is gonna drop December sometime. Not sure when. Maybe one more episode. At least I know one for sure. Maybe two. I'm not sure. But yeah, like I said, I still got a surprise for y'all. Projects that I'm working on. You know, God has blessed me tremendously, you know, this year. And I can't thank him enough, you know what I'm saying? But, send me some ideas which I think I should do in my last episode, because I added a few more episodes because, you know, I changed it up and everything. But, you know, this is Will Williams, man. We just keeping it real. God bless y'all. Not sure when this episode gonna drop, but happy Thanksgiving in advance, man. You know, we almost there, man. One more month and then we back in we in 2026, man. But you know, hit me up, you know what I'm saying, stay prayed up. Crazy times we living in, but you know, God in control, and God allow things to happen sometimes to get our attention, man. You know what I'm saying? Just follow him. I ain't perfect. I still make mistakes. I done made a lot of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't perfect. I'm not looking down and judging nobody. I understand. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody to talk to, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can email me, hit me up on social media, hit the Cypress Music Group on social media, email them. You know what I'm saying? Everything, man. You know, the crisis text line, 741-741. Yeah, man, you know, it helped me out. But, you know, seek God, man. You know what I'm saying? God is real. Regardless of what anybody say, man, you know, God is true, man. Yeah, man, you know, I'm just rambling on now, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so happy and excited for the future. You know what I'm saying? For all of us. You know, just keep God first, man. We living in the last days, man. But this is Will Williams signing off. We just keeping it real.
I keep it real about how I feel. I know this love ain't real, but I'm